What is up, Watch fam? I am Christian from Theo and Harris, and this is...
I'm Rolando
from Theo and Harris, and today we're going to do another episode of Liquor Run. It's Friday, so a little booze, right?
Little Booze.
Yep, what country are we doing?
We're coming home.
Home.
We're
USA.
in America. USA.
All right, let's run into the episode. But first, a quick wristwatch check, right, what we're wearing today. So I'll go first. I'm wearing a killer vintage chronograph, right? 2 subdials, Panda, classic Panda, signed Wins, which is like an automotive supply, right, company. So they make all kinds of petrol service, liquids and all that kind of stuff. So this is a hardcore throwback for any race car lover. This is Indy 500 in the 70s.
That's right.
This watch is really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Check it out on theoandharris.com. Now your watch.
And well, for this beautiful fall day, I've got my GMT Master.
Gorgeous.
And
unpolished.
Unpolished, not for sale.
Never for sale. All right, so tell me what we're drinking today.
So today we're drinking a 2013 Kiona Family Vineyards from Washington State. Okay, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Is Washington State known for wine?
Believe it or not, it is.
Really?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Great wines coming out of
I've heard of Washington State, but I've never heard of Washington State in respect to wine.
Yeah.
But you do respect them a little bit.
There's major props to Kiona.
Cool.
Yep.
So what should we know about Washington State?
Well, Washington State produces a lot of great wine. When we think about Cabernet Sauvignon in particular, we think about California.
Yeah,
and listen,
state, yeah.
Major props to California with world-class wines, but a lot of world-class wine is being made in this state.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about the smallest growing area in Washington State, Red Mountain, because that's where this wine comes from, in the southeastern part of Washington State. So Red Mountain sits by the Columbia, Snake, and Yakima rivers, okay? The temperature, the soil makes for fantastic wine growing. Very cold winters, so these grapevines go dormant, completely dormant. Yeah. Very little rain, okay, and that's important because you want the grapevines to grow very, very deep in search of water. Okay. The deeper
they become tougher.
They become tougher. You also get a lot more complexity in the grape. Okay. So that's very important, and that's exactly what you get here. Okay. The other thing that's really unique about this area is the amount of sunlight they get. They get on average about 17 hours of sunlight a day, which is about 2 extra days more than California does.
Wow, interesting.
That proves critical in the making of these wines.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so let's give this guy a swirl. Okay. This wine has some really nice legs.
What is that?
Okay, look at the legs. Look at how the wine just drips on the side.
So what does that mean though? What the hell the legs?
It's not a thin wine, so it's a wine of good pedigree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well made. Typical of Cabernet. This is.
You can't even see through it.
It's not even. It's dark. Wine, right? It's dark, but it's got a really crisp, clear rim though.
Yeah. I want to try a new thing for the whole series. I want you to lightning round name 6 smells that you're finding in this wine.
Okay, ready?
Go.
Set. Go.
Go. He's giving himself time. Go.
I smell eucalyptus.
What does that even mean? You're just saying things.
No, it does. It smells like eucalyptus. I smell herbs. I smell tobacco.
Okay.
Okay. I smell. There's a smokiness to this wine. I have 4.
We forgot to count. Wow, we went down. Wow.
Right. 5.
We got 5. Go. One more.
And I smell like dried flowers. I smelled some of Mom's flowers. And I've gone.
You're calling Mom's flowers dead?
No, because she likes to dry flowers sometimes. She used to do that. And so I just remember some of that stuff. Okay. And so I'm like, wow, that's it.
It brings you right to that moment when you smelled it. Yeah. Beyond the fact of what you just said, the 6 smells, the point is that this is definitely a rich wine. Right, it definitely has, I was going to say consistency, complexity in very earthy smells, right?
Yeah.
That's what we can kind of conclude there.
Yeah. It's all about balance.
In the super luxury, when you start to get crazy stuff, right? Whether it's watches or wine, whatever it may be, you really start to find balance. Yes. Right? Maybe you don't need the super crazy movement, right? But if you balance it out with original design, movement, things like that, you really start to have something that's unique. Right, and that's what it does this at a relative low price, and that to me is interesting. When a brand, even with a price point ceiling that doesn't get crazy, can actually balance things, which is a very hard thing to do. Not only in life with us, but with companies when they're balancing their product line, it's extremely difficult. I feel like sometimes you can only think of 1 or 2 things to get really good, and the rest falls to shit. So to taste something or to wear something that has balance, to me, that shows, I don't know, just a holistic thinking that I appreciate.
The fact that you can get this wine for the price that we got it for.
And how much was it?
$18. $18 American wine. Very, very well made wine.
Supporting the country.
Supporting the country, USA.
Yeah. Give it a taste?
Let's give it a taste.
Wow. There's a lot of dark fruit there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof. A lot of dark fruit. This wine is great. Now that the seasons are changing, we're now going into fall.
Yeah.
The food you're eating is going to start getting a little bit heavier. You may start doing some
There's an alcoholic
stews.
aftertaste, but at first you're just getting a dark, rich fruit.
This one is not 100% Cabernet. There's Merlot in this wine.
Okay.
There's Petit Verdot. There's Malbec. So what's unique about this wine too is that Kiona uses 3 parcels of land to create this wine. Some of the vineyards are a bit older, almost 30 years old. The newer varietals that they've brought over from France, Petit Verdot, Malbec, they really add some polish to this wine. You can certainly serve a really fine meal and have this wine, and you're doing pretty good.
But it's definitely a heavier meal. This is not. I wouldn't put this with lighter food. It's not a matter of not complementing perfectly. It's a matter of totally overpowering a food. And really just, I don't know, defeating the food's purpose to have taste, Okay, so if you're going to go out to a restaurant, you're going to Manhattan, or you're going to stay in the suburbs, what kind of restaurant are you going to with this wine?
So I could definitely do like a French bistro.
Okay.
You can definitely do.
And what are you ordering at a French bistro?
A good steak frite.
Beautiful.
That would be get some duck fat fries.
Yep.
I love that.
Cool.
Obviously, a good steakhouse could give you, you have a nice sirloin strip steak.
And if you're at home, you're going to stay a little bit more casual.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm still doing.
You're still staying with it.
Yeah, I'm still going to stay with it with a good steak or maybe even some good burgers.
Yeah. A burger to me doesn't just have to be potato roll, American cheese, piece of meat, and call it a day. There's a ton of room there to get pretty damn luxurious to match a really solid $18 bottle of wine. If this wine were to watch, what would it be?
If this wine was to watch to me,
yeah.
It would be, I would consider it like a Panerai.
Okay, why?
Okay, well, first of all, bulkiness. It's kind of
It's
big.
got bulk.
But there's precision, there's restraint.
Right.
It's got old world style.
Well, Panerai is definitely an old world company. Yep, absolutely.
But it has a new world sensibility.
For sure. Okay, no, cool. I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that hardcore because Panerai, it's like I said, big, good for fall, all those kinds of wine descriptors. But super old company, very respected company as far as watch history. I mean, ask John Goldberger at John Goldberger on Instagram. And yet they've made this enormous comeback.
Yes.
Right, and they use modern kind of appeal to really build a company again. So I got to give that to you on that one. All right, deal.
Thanks.
Panerai. In America, in a country where wine, although can be great in a lot of places, great. There's still a lot of duds out there. There are a lot of duds, right?
There are a lot of duds.
So to find a great one at $18, I think you're really finding something special.
The fact that they can make this wine keep a really fair price.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're allowing more people to enjoy good wine.
What's their production size?
Getting rid of the BS marketing and just sticking right to the very core, which is good fruit, good winemaking, and good wine.
So the way I can kind of compare that is, there's nothing wrong with the New World, right? There's nothing wrong with it at all.
No.
But to have, I guess, the classism of old world technique, just the same way in any fine watch. I mean, you can't really innovate without having serious, deep respect for where the hell watches came from. It won't make sense. Then it's being innovative for the sake of being innovative, and that just kind of ruins it. The whole point is to recognize the past and improve upon it or change it.
This wine is in many ways an homage to Bordeaux, where in Bordeaux they do blend their wine.
And it's not a faux pas.
So no, absolutely not. That's how you make such great wines. There's always a little tinkering. It's just like a watchmaker, right? Just a little tinkering in the mechanics.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then of course, at what point does it become so much tinkering that the effort is so much higher and the price needs to go through the roof? This is a really good blend, right? I think that at $18, although it's not like cheap, it is still bringing heavy value.
Plant great grapes in a great area and get out of the way.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching Liquor Run. We really enjoyed this wine. Definitely heavy for the fall. You only pour for yourself. Cheers.
Cheers.
But thank you guys for watching. Tune in again, actually on Monday for Rent TNH, and go back and watch all of our prior liquor runs. There's some great value prop out there.
Salud.
Salud.